In order to show that the left-hand side equals the right-hand side, we took cosine 2 theta over 1 plus sine 2 theta. We multiply top and bottom. And you can say, how do you know? I don't. I really don't. I did not have any idea how to get to this from this side to the other side. But there is nothing I can do. There is nothing I can simplify because it has two terms. So I multiplied and divided by 1, which is the same thing, right? So this times this is at the top. This times this is 1 minus sine squared. But 1 minus sine squared is cosine squared 2 theta. Nice, because I can simplify one of those. And then the top is 1 minus sine 2 theta, and the denominator is cosine 2 theta. I don't need to write anything else. This is it for the left-hand side. Now I start from scratch with the right-hand side. What do I do? Well, I replaced cotangent by cosine over sine. I found the least common denominator, and I simplified the denominator, and the numerator is this, and the denominator is this. Now, I want to eliminate the denominator, because the denominator, if I can, or I simply look here and see, how do I get this cosine 2 theta? Well, if I multiply top and bottom by the same quantity, and the quantity has to be cosine theta minus sine theta, because when I multiply these two, I get cosine square theta minus sine square theta, which is cosine 2 theta. Now I also have to multiply the two numerators, and I get cosine square minus 2 sine theta cosine theta plus sine square theta. But cosine square theta plus sine square theta is 1. I copy this. But this is sine 2 theta. So I have numerator 1 minus sine 2 theta, denominator cosine 2 theta equals the left-hand side, because I got the same thing. 1 minus sine 2 theta over cosine 2 theta. So we were on the right track. I just had to find the proper quantity to multiply and divide the right-hand side as I did with the left-hand side. And the proper quantity was cosine theta minus sine theta over cosine theta minus sine theta. It's the same thing. And then when we multiply these two, we get cosine 2 theta. When we multiply these two, we get minus sine 1 minus sine 2 theta. Why? Because sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. And 2 sine theta cosine theta is sine 2 theta. And this equals, indeed, the left-hand side. We needed two multiplications, one for the left-hand side and one for the right-hand side, and it had to be the appropriate quantities in order to make it work. Again, thank you so much, Kevin, for your patience.
That was such a long